Good afternoon, everyone. Today is December 20th, 2011. I believe it is Tuesday, December 20th, 2011. We're going to go over the trades that we had, the trades we took, the trades we didn't take, and all that stuff. We didn't have a lot. The market was, though it moved up a ton, it moved up mostly in the pre-market, and it didn't pull back much. You can see we had our results this morning with 12 ticks profit on the ES. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to show you 12 ticks profit right here on the ES. Okay. Dwayne took a trade over here. He got 1 tick profit on. It had gone up to the MA1. He's moved his stop up to break even plus a tick. And then we went on break and it came back and got him at break even plus a tick. And then it moved up to where we had thought it was going to go. But let's just scroll back here and we'll look at the morning. Okay. You can see right here was the open, and the market was already tearing its way up right here. We went right up to the weekly trading zone, and at the zone, we stalled, then started to come back, and it went sideways right here at the zone from 941 all the way to about 1030. And then it moved up out of the zone and gave us 1 trade opportunity right here. We tried to get in over here, but it didn't pull back far enough. Came within a tick of entering us. We got a fresh bubble down here for this pullback right here. Actually, this pullback was based on this bubble because we never pulled all the way back. So this pullback here was on this bubble. Then we got a fresh bubble for the follow-up. We didn't take this trade because it was right at the break. But we did take this one, and this is where we got our point. It did move up the full 2 points, but we took 1 point on it because at the time the high of the day was right here. And it was stalling there at the high. At least it seemed like it was stalling there at the high, so I just locked in a point and got out of it. That's all we have on the 4-tick range. On the YM, I'm sorry, on the YM, on the 10,000 contract, again, we didn't have anything looking back. We had nothing because everything that we had was going right into the zone here, and there was no way we were going to do that. During the break, there was a bearish cross right here, but that was during the break, and we did not even see it. Now, let's go over here to the 2100 tick. Okay. On the 2100 tick, we had a nice pullback right over here. Let me move this up some so you can see it a little better. We had a pullback right here, but the cycle wasn't in favor of it. Then a little while later, we had a pullback right here. If you had a limit order on there at 28.5, this was the same spot that I entered over here. If you had your limit order here at 28.5, you may or may not have gotten filled. I know we had at least one partner in the room who did not get filled with his limit order at 28.5. Over here, I had an MIT order at 28.5 on the 4-tick range, so I filled at 28.75. He was left standing there at 28.5. If you did get it, then it moved up a few points for you. From 28.5, it moved up to 31.75, so that's 3.25 points. Once it started to close underneath the MA1, you might have wanted to lock in some profit. And then that was it. We went on break. Okay, the YM was pretty much the same thing today. You can see right in here was our bullish cross. Right here would have been the opportunity to go long initially. The first pullback after the bullish cross, but we weren't going to go long into the weekly trading zone. Okay. That was that one. Now let me jump over to some other markets really quickly, just because we have other markets that this stuff works on. And we'll take a quick look at it. All right. Now this is the Russell. What we're looking for on the Russell is basically all the things going in the same direction and a pullback to the BBC. I know we had partners this morning that took some trades on the Russell or missed some trades on the Russell, like right in here, for instance, where it pulls back to the MA1, not the BBC. But all these are going in the same direction, and you get your pullback to the MA1. Excuse me. Over here was the same thing. This one would have lost, and then it's gone into some chop right here. So there's only one opportunity there on the Russell this morning. It's really a one-directional market today. Well, it's actually two now. It was up and then sideways. Let's look at one other market this morning that we usually have some pretty good opportunity in. Now look at the way the 6E tanked here when the ES didn't move, or the ES just moved a little bit. That's significant. It's significant that the 6E tanked so much and the ES didn't. But let's just go back and look at a couple of trades here from this morning on the 6E. All right. Now right in here, the elbow broke to the upside. This was 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. But the elbow broke to the upside. You started to get some divergence, so you would have been looking to enter in right there. Okay. Over here, when you got divergence again, the next pullback to the BBC, which was right there, is where you would have been looking to enter. And you can see that that was a nice move up. Over here, we had some bearish divergence, but the elbow wasn't broken to the downside. Okay. Over here, we had bearish divergence, and it was broken to the downside, and that one there would not have worked out for you at all. Right here, the elbow was broken to the upside. You see the elbow's all blue. We had some bullish divergence, and this was our pullback right here on that bar. Now you're looking for bearish divergence. You know, the elbow broke to the downside, so you can look for your bearish divergence. Here it was right here. So this right here was your pullback on that one. And that was at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay. This was your last one right here. You had some bearish divergence. And right over here would have been the pullback. That one didn't go very far. It went a few ticks. 86 down to 79. It went 7 ticks. That's almost 2-point equivalent on the ES. But the big move was this one right here, where it dropped from... you would have been looking to enter up here at 31.30, and it dropped almost 60 ticks to get down there. That's about the equivalent of a 15-point move on the ES. Okay. These are all things that we can and do go over in the live trading room in the morning. For those of you who have never seen it before, you can get into the live trading room by going to cfrn.net/apply. For those of you that have been in the live trading room, you've seen it before. Those of you that are partners, you know what I'm talking about. That said, I'm going to wrap it up. And if anybody has any questions, I would be happy to answer them.